Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Saturday night to join me. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you guys are all out living your best lives, you feel me? But just save 15 minutes or so for your boy here. Because then, otherwise, what would be the point, you know? I'm just saying. As much as I want you guys to be out and well and about and doing things, I also want you to just chill for a bit. Watch this dude talk about nothing, vicariously live your life through some sort of lens that I can only imagine is halfway this way I feel about other people when I watch their stuff, which is constantly around the clock all the time. When I have a free moment from doing nothing, I try to occupy that time with something, and mostly that's consuming media. It's almost a problem, but whatever. It's not like I have anything else going on. So, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. All right, tonight I want to talk about stereotypes. I want to talk about that's really all. I mean, moreover, I want to specifically shout out to Long John Silver's, the fast food chain that up until recently I didn't know served chicken, and I should have known because it's in the name. And it always kind of struck me as a kid that Long John Silver's had like fish advertisements, but my family never got the fish, so I didn't know that Long John Silver's sold fish up until maybe about 5 years ago or so. And then I got really into Long John Silver's fish because I didn't know that they sold fish. And, it was a whole thing. And I remember there were a couple of times as a kid when my mom would get fish. Now, to be fair, I thought when my mom did get fish from Long John Silver's, none of the other five children or four children and her husband, my father, didn't touch the stuff. So I always kind of thought it was like a fancy thing that my mom did because she liked fish. You feel me? But as it turns out, they actually sold fish, and it was just I couldn't imagine, right? I'm a desert kid, and we're talking about stereotypes tonight. So I'm a Hispanic, obviously. You've seen me, if you're wondering what ethnicity I am, I'm Hispanic. And I'm very proud of my ethnicity, and I'm very proud of my culture and my heritage. And there's lots of stereotypes floating on out about, all of my people out there as it concerns northern New Mexicans and the stereotypes that we encounter on a daily basis. And I'll tell you, in every stereotype, there's a bit of truth to it, right? I mean, I'm not sure that's something you want to hear. It's not a convenient truth, but it is the truth. There are certain small truths to all stereotypes, because then otherwise they wouldn't be stereotypes. I mean, that's quite literally a part of the definition. So let's keep that in mind, right? So a good old Hispanic northern New Mexican might, have a stereotype perceived about them from the outside world in specific accordance to their diet, right? So, like, for example, I eat a lot of rice and beans. So here's the thing. Now, not so much as an adult or currently, like, I'm not eating a lot of rice, but I still do, and I go through periods where I'll eat more beans than not, and making beans is a whole art. I mean, God bless my grandma, and even to this day, my mom, being from this area, it might be embedded in our genes. I'm not sure. But, all of the females that I've met in my life and all of the surviving females in my family know how to cook beans. Oh, am I being stereotype or sexist by saying that it's just the women in my family that I know? I might be. I'm Hispanic, so traditionally, I am from a culture that predominantly places a lot of the cooking on the woman's side, okay? I didn't write the book on political correctness, nor did I invent the etymology of my ethnicity, right? So I'm just saying that's how it was, right? And to be fair, in retrospect, like my grandma, again, just passed away a couple years ago on my birthday. Oh God, grandma, I swear that woman, like if anyone knew how to make me sad and mad all at once, it was my grandma. And she was like, "All right, Albert, I'm going out on your birthday." Oh boy, some sad humor there, right? But my grandma and I had our very twisted humor with each other. And it's something that, is very much of intrinsic value to me because that woman meant and still does mean everything to me. So shout out to my grandma. Anyways, like she, as a stereotype, to continue talking about stereotypes, she didn't drive a car until my grandpa like showed her how. So another stereotype about Hispanics is that all of our grandmas don't know how to drive because they literally never got into a car to drive it themselves because they just didn't do that. It was something that the man did or whatever. I'm not sure exactly, again, how that worked. I'm just saying that I never heard my grandma, complain about her background growing up in Tucumcari. Shout out to Tuke Town, you feel me? Yeah, like your boy here doesn't make any of this up. I couldn't possibly, God. So like I'm just saying that my grandma's family still very much survives in the Tucumcari area and all throughout New Mexico, right? So that's kind of the thing. And anyways, that's the other stereotype, right, about Hispanics is that we have a lot of children. And I mean, I guess I'd be lying to you if I said that I didn't come from a very large family and both of my parents didn't come from very large families because if I told you that, I would be misleading you. Both my mom is the youngest of at least seven that we know about, and my dad is the youngest of six. I'm the oldest of five. You feel me? So, like, there might be some truth to that stereotype, okay? So, we eat a lot of rice and beans, and arguably a little misogynistic in our traditional roles as it concerns sex groups and so forth, right? I'm joking. And then also, there's some truth to stereotypes, all right? That's all that I'm saying. So, yeah, shout out to all those very truthful stereotypes that myself and my family, come from as it concerns being a part of those stereotypes. Another stereotype, not to mention, is our state question, right? From New Mexico is red or green. And again, like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You feel me? So I'll explain it to you. But, like, here in New Mexico, we enjoy our rice and beans with red or green chili. Now, we're not going to do semantics on what red or green chili is. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You feel me? Again, I'm not Mexican. I'm not of any other Spanish ethnic group. I couldn't tell you exactly how cool Mexico is, for example, right? And how the plethora of chili and chilies or whatever. I come from a place where I spell chili Chile, and there's no plural because chili's already plural. You feel me? So like it's just a whole vibe because people spell chili Chili. Like it's all over the place. But I'm just saying, a New Mexican principle by just being a New Mexican and being a part of that stereotype. You don't even have to be Hispanic to be a part of that stereotype. If you've spent enough time here in Albuquerque specifically or northern New Mexico, because you go a little bit further south and they become a lot more educated as it concerns the variety of chili they offer, but not here, right? Because it's specifically red or green. It's a red sauce kind of, but it can't be too saucy because then otherwise it's called a sauce and that's not what we eat. And I've had this conversation with waitresses and cooks and owners of restaurants abound all over the lovely state of New Mexico. And boy, have I had some fruitful conversations with all of those aforementioned groups. And each one is memorable in its own way. But I stand by my roots and I stand by the stereotype. It's red or green. What do you want, my guy? You want red or you want green? Or do you want both? It's called Christmas. This is New Mexico. If you know, you know. Anyways, that's a very truthful stereotype. And so let's wrap up this conversation by, pointing out that there might be many different kinds of truths in all of our lives. And some of them might very well fall within the very specific boundary of being a stereotype. Now, all stereotypes in and of themselves don't have to be negative, okay? All of the things that I've just discussed here are absolutely very, very positive and very, very meaningful parts of who I am. The parts of who I am that, make me want to continue passing on my culture. You want to learn how to make tortillas? You want to learn how to make some beans and rice? That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, do you want to marry a guy that wants to have, 10 more kids, you know? I'm just saying, like, I'm a Hispanic. And again, there's some small truths in all stereotypes. And if you find yourself within these stereotypes or whatever, and people, hate on it or whatever, like, own it. You feel me? Own it. And again, we're talking about how we can put a positive spin on stereotypes, and we're not even discussing how detrimental they can be and all of the un-PC ways that can be harmful and so forth, right? So again, we're not going there tonight. We're just simply relaying the kind of jokes that I want to get across to you guys, all while shamelessly, providing you with the kind of entertainment that I feel is meaningful. You feel me? I mean, goodness, these are improv talks. I don't know what I'm going to say before I start rolling the camera. And by now, you'd think that I'd have some idea of what I'm doing in my life 11 months into this whole social experiment I've decided to throw myself right into. And honestly, I don't know. I don't feel like we'd be doing the world justice if we actually got anywhere. So, yeah, sad to say, I guess, we've really not gotten anywhere. So let's continue making these vlogs. My name is Albert. This was Vlogs About Nothing. I do really appreciate you guys being a part of my world, being a part of, the conversation, and hopefully these are some things that make you have a different kind of conversation at some point in your day, just because I mean, I don't know. I talk about the things that I watch when I watch YouTube videos and stuff. So, anyways, have a really good night, guys. Be safe out there, okay? I'll talk to everyone tomorrow. Bye.